Coming to you live from the UTPA Fieldhouse in the three-time All-American city of Edinburgh, this is Bronx Volleyball. Today, the Bronx close out the UTPA tournament. It's our 8th match in 3 days as they face off against Northern Arizona University Lumberjacks. The Bronx and Lumberjacks are meeting for the first time in program history. Bronx coming off of a loss to Texas Tech last night, 3-0. The first two sets not particularly close, 17-12, but Bronx had every opportunity to win the third set. They were up 22-18 before Tech went on a 7-0 run to close out the match. Maria Kleefolk led the Bronx with 9 kills. Really, though, the story of the day was the Bronx picking up the win against Lamar, 3-1 for their first win of the year. Anjanae Janda had her first career double-double. Alicia Watson and Janda each had a career-high 15 kills. Janda career-high 13 digs. Freshman Mary Kay Clark a career-high 38 assists. They'll try to take out a Northern Arizona team that comes in undefeated, looking to split the tournament championship with Texas Tech, which went 3-0, finished up against Lamar earlier today. Northern Arizona 3-1 winners over Lamar and 3-1 over Texas A&M Corpus Christi yesterday, led by Janae Vanderplug and Sydney Kemper, who are each averaging 3.42 kills per set, and they've been really showing off throughout this tournament. Vanderplug also averaging 4.5 digs per set, while Kemper is at 0.74 blocks per set. Of course, the Bronx have some pretty good blockers in their own right. Maria Kleefolk and Haley Durham. Did you know Haley Durham is tied for the all-time lead in UTPA history in career blocks per set, 0.79. Durham ranks 8th all-time in total blocks and 8th all-time in block assists, whereas Maria Kleefolk ranks 9th in blocks per set, 6th in total blocks, and 6th in block assists. We'll take a timeout. Coming up on Bronx pre-match, it's the Coach's Corner. I'll chat with Bronx head coach Brian Yale. This is Bronx Volleyball.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Coach's Corner, Jonah Goldberg with Bronx head coach Brian Yale. And coach, a pair of matches yesterday. You get your first win of the season out of the way against Lamar.
You know, excited to have that win under our belt. You know, wish we could have played a little bit better against Tech. It's a strong, big, physical team. You know, we had our moments. We put some things together in both that first and third set. But I think that seems to be a common theme with them. We did that a few years ago. Our first and third sets were very good, and then, you know, not as well in the second set. But you know, we've got some things to build off of. We also have some fodder for practice this week.
Yeah, your fourth set against Lamar, it kind of seemed like it was a team saying, you know, we're tired of being close. We're ending this now.
Yeah, I sure hope so. And that's that mentality that they need to have. You know, that's what we're preaching to them, that when you get a lead, you know, keep on that gas pedal, keep pushing, and finish as soon as you can. You know, volleyball's a game of momentum, a game of swings, and, you know, those can happen at any point in time, even at point 24, so you've got to finish. And, you know, I think it was that third set against Lamar where we got close, it was almost done, and we let them earn a few points back. It might have even been that fourth set. I think it was that fourth set now that I really think about it. So, you know, that was something that, you know, we've got to finish when we have those opportunities.
And today, Janda, first career double-double, career highs in kills and digs.
You know, she's had a good week, a good weekend to follow up a good week of practice. You know, I hope it continues. She showed glimmers of that last year, and it couldn't sustain, but, you know, sometimes you get that with the freshmen. But she's a sophomore now. She's grown up with the big girls, so it's time for her to keep that going.
And Alicia Watson was trying to match Janda kill for kill.
You know, that's okay. You know, if we can go right side and left side and keep that defense guessing, keep that block guessing, that's good for us. They're both capable of scoring points in bunches. You know, they're both going to be, you know, point scorers for us, you know, in the game plans for, you know, a couple more years to come, but we want everything they can give us now, too.
And what we saw in that match, and we've really seen throughout the weekend, is you're really more of a three-middle rotation. You started Corinne Nacuff against Lamar, went back to starting Haley Durham in the second match, and then at one point you brought in Nacuff for Maria Clifo. So starting to spread out the rotation a little.
It's a hard position to play, and they've got to work their tails off, you know, every time they're in the game, in the rotation. You know, Corinne came in and earned that next start, you know, earned her playing time. You know, some things weren't going well. I thought matchup-wise, maybe it wasn't the right situation, so we came back with Maria and Haley. And, you know, it's going to be that way. You know, it's the way it needs to be. They need to keep fighting for that position, keep, you know, raising that bar for each other. And, you know, it's a strong position for us, and we've got to keep that battle both, you know, it can't just be in practice. They've got to see the fruits of the labor in match.
Played Texas Tech toe-to-toe in the third set. What was the difference between the first two sets and the last set?
We stuck with the game plan from the beginning. Our setters did a good job of feeding our middles. You know, I thought that was an area where, you know, we just talked about it. It's a strong position for us, and we've got to get them the ball. So once we did that, we were able to score points. We were able to gain a lead. But, you know, like our earlier conversation, when it's time to finish, we've got to finish. And unfortunately, we didn't do that.
Last match of the tournament, 7 matches down, 1 to go. What have you thought of just the overall tournament so far?
It's been a great tournament. I think it's run really well. It's been smooth. All the coaches and teams have seemed to enjoy it and all that. So it's been good. It's been great competition. You know, sitting at 1 and 2 right now. You know, obviously we'd like that to be a little bit better, but we've played well enough to win in a lot of situations. But when you bring in the caliber of competition that's here, you know, sometimes you play your best, and that's, you know, still not enough. So we're going to continue to play our best in this match, and you know, hopefully we just get the outcome we're looking for.
What can you tell us about Northern Arizona?
Another big, strong physical team. You know, they run a faster offense than what some of the other teams in this tournament have been, so it's a different type of matchup. You know, we've got to make some adjustments to that, but we'll see. We'll put those. We've got those in the game plan, but you know, it's a team that has, you know, some transfers, some upperclassmen, you know, a fair number of those. So they're experienced, they're mature. You know, we've got to come out and dig some balls, and we've got to get some touches at the block so that we can turn it right back into our own offense. But it's a good matchup. It's similar to maybe a Bakersfield from last year. So it's another type of team that we could potentially see in conference, and that's what we need in preseason.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot and good luck.
Thank you.
Bronx Head Coach Brian Yell. That'll do it for the Coach's Corner. We'll take a time out. When we come back, with your starting lineups and opening serve, this is Bronx Volleyball.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
The ball, the right wing goes to the tie. With 2. Basketball 6-5, 22 to UTPA.com. This commercial is brought to you by Black Furniture and the sponsor of the University of Texas American Collegiate Athletics. Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you as we get ready for the start of the final match of the UTPA tournament. This one featuring the UTPA Bronx and the Northern Arizona University Lumberjacks. Time for the starting lineups, and we will start with the visiting Lumberjacks. Starting at the outside hitter positions, 6-foot sophomore out of Chandler, Arizona, number 5, Lauren Jacobson. A 6-foot senior out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 11, Sydney Kemper. And a 5'11 junior out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 13, Janae Vanderplug. At middle blocker, a 6'3 junior out of Chandler, Arizona, number 1, Peyton Bach. A 6-foot sophomore out of Flagstaff, Arizona, number 10, Isabel Gosar. At the center position, a 5'9 sophomore out of Phoenix, Arizona, number 6, Jensen Barton. And at libero, a 5'6 redshirt junior out of La Habra Heights, California, number 2, Stacia Williams. Head coach of the Lumberjacks in his second season is Ken Murphy, assisted by Anna Gott, Catherine Chavez, Rachel Williams, and Aaron Truitt. Lumberjacks enter this match with a record of 5-0. As for those hosts, UTPA Bronx, starting at the outside hitter positions, a 6-foot senior out of Lanai, Hawaii, number 12, Krista Freitas, and a 5'11 junior out of San Benito, number 11, Casey Sanchez. At middle blocker, a 5'10 redshirt senior out of Berlin, Germany, number 8, co-captain of the Bronx, Maria Kleefolk. And a 6-foot junior out of Honolulu, Hawaii, number 14, Haley Durham. At defensive specialist, the 6-foot redshirt junior out of Flower Mound, number 10, Macy Singleton. At setter, a 5'10 freshman out of Waxahachie, number 5, Mary Kate Clark. And at libero, a 5'6 senior out of Kingwood, co-captain of the Bronx, number 7, Nosheen Merchant. The head coach of the Bronx in his 4th season is Mr. Brian Yale, assisted by Cameron Sittler and Lauren Matthewson. The Bronx enter this match with a record of 1-5. They split their matches yesterday, 1-2 in tournament play. The referees for today's match, Sonny Fernandez, the first referee. Carlos Rodriguez is the second referee. Bronx are wearing green tops with black bottoms with the green number on the back in white trim, and the green lettering UTPA above the number, also in white trim, the Nike swoosh on the front. White diamonds on the sides, black shorts, black sneakers, Nike from top to bottom. Typically road uniforms, but when you play 3 days in a row, hey, there's laundry. And sometimes it's just a little easier to switch up your uniforms. Bronx wore a different green yesterday for their 12 o'clock against Lamar. They wore white for each of their night matches. Northern Arizona in their road navy blue tops and bottoms with the neon yellow striping. White lettering NAU for Northern Arizona on the front on top of a number. And the white numbers on the back with 2 white stripes centering a yellow stripe at the top of the neck. Bronx libero in gray with a white number. Northern Arizona libero in white with a navy blue number. Bronx on the right side of the court, Northern Arizona on the left side of the court. To start off the match. The libero is in. Maria Kleefolk takes a seat as Nosheen Merchant enters for the Bronx. Stacia Williams, libero for Northern Arizona, is in, and Isabel Gosar heads to the bench for the Lumberjacks. Bronx will start with the serve. It'll be the freshman Mary Kate Clark. At 2:08 p.m., we are underway in the final match of the tournament. Clark sends it right back over. Set up by Williams. The attack comes from Vanderplug. Merchant. Now the attack from Freitas. Freitas moving to outside hitter today as the ball falls in. And the Bronx up 1-0. We've seen Freitas playing exclusively in the back row the first 6 matches of the season, but here in match number 7, the Bronx trying to light an offensive spark. Freitas has really been a 6th rotation player for the Bronx as Haley Durham comes up with the block. And the Bronx up 2-0. The Bronx has looked at playing Freitas exclusively in the back row this year. A lot of depth in the front row. But looking to add a little bit of offense, trying Freitas back in the front row where she's done quite well for herself in her career as Northern Arizona gets on the board to make it 2-1. Freitas for her career averages about 1.5 kills per set. Williams serving, Merchant on the first hit, Singleton the second hit. Back row attack comes from Casey Sanchez. Ball settled by Northern Arizona, comes to the far side. Saved by Freitas, and Singleton gets it over. Great play. Attack comes from the outside. That's Kemper. Northern Arizona gets the point. We're tied at 2. Williams back to serve. Clark for Durham. It goes out. 3-2 Northern Arizona after the Bronx opened up 2-0. Williams retains the serve. Clark sets up for Durham. Got it. And we're tied at 3. So a block and a kill in the early going for Haley Durham. Krista Freitas back to serve. Vanderplug off Freitas and out. 4-3 Northern Arizona. Sydney Kemper back to serve. Kemper 3 aces this season. Attack by Durham. Kept alive by Northern Arizona. Vanderplug. Merchant keeps it up. Freitas on the second hit. Got to get it over. De'Ara Reynolds does just that. Williams. Set up by Jensen. Barton. And the attack from Vanderplug. Kept up by the Bronx again. Now the whistle and the point for Northern Arizona. Double hit on the Bronx. 5-3 Lumberjacks. Kemper serves it out. Bronx within 4-5. Now Sheen Merchant back to serve for UTPA. Vanderplug on the outside, a little tap. Bronx couldn't do anything with it. 6-4 Northern Arizona. Abby Lufstedt replaces Lauren Jacobson for Northern Arizona. Vanderplug serving. Clark sets up Cleefolk, who sends it home. Maria Cleefolk gets the Bronx within 1. It's 5-6. Macy Munson and Alicia Watson in. Casey Sanchez and Mary Kate Clark take a seat. Munson serving. Attack comes from Lofstead. It goes out. We're tied at 6. Munson lets it fly. Attack from Lofstedt, kept up by Munson. Goes towards the net. Diving bodies to keep it up, tapped over. Nice job by Kleefolk to get it over. Northern Arizona trying to settle. Lofstedt again, gets above the block. Reynolds, now it's Watson. Somebody's got to hit it over, it's Reynolds again. Got it! 7-6 Bronx. Munson gets airborne. That comes down, blocked by Kleefolk, kept alive. Kleefolk misses. Ties it up at 7. Mistimed the jump.
Now entering for the Lumberjacks, number 9, Hannah Hill. For number 10, Isabel Rosa. Serving for the Lumberjacks, number 9, Hannah Hill.
Hannah Hill back to serve, senior from Ventura, California. Kiara Reynolds on the attack. Got it! Whoa! Oh, they're saying it went out. My view said something different. So 8-7 Lumberjacks. Watson with the left arm. Well, that is clearly a kill for UTPA. We're tied up at 8.
Now entering for the Bronx, number 10, Macy Singleton. And number 9, Anthony Janda.
Freitas and Reynolds take a seat. Janda and Singleton are in for UTPA.
Now entering for the Lumberjacks, number 10, Isabel Gozar. Number 9, Hannah Hill. Serving for the UTPA Bronx, number
Macy
10,
Singleton back to serve.
Singleton.
Singleton 24 aces last year. Attack kept up by Singleton. Thrown down by Peyton Bach. Bach gives Northern Arizona a 9-8 lead.
Now serving for the Lumberjacks, number 6, Jensen Barton.
Jensen Barton back to serve. Barton, the reigning Big Sky Player of the Week, was tournament MVP at the Houston Baptist Tournament last weekend, but she serves it out. We're tied at 9. Haley Durham in along the front row. Nausheen Merchant back to the bench area. Maria Kleefolk ready to serve. And it's just thrown over by Barton. She saw the hole between the front row and the back row and exploited it. So 10-9 Northern Arizona. Lauren Jacobson back to serve. And she serves it out.
Now entering for the Bronx, number 5, Mary Kate Clark, and number 11, Casey Sanchez. For number 6, Macy.
Mary Kate Clark, Casey Sanchez in, Alicia Watson, Macy Munson out. Clark to serve for UTPA. The attack blocked in the net, but kept alive. Durham sends it back. Over the block, Merchant. Clark settles it down. Durham gets stuffed at the net by Bach and Kemper. 11-10 Lumberjacks.
Now serving for the Lumberjacks, number 2, Stacia Williams.
Stacia Williams back to serve for Northern Arizona. Merchant on the first hit. Clark for Durham. Got it!
Point, Bronx. Now serving
Tied at 11.
number 9, Anjanae Junda.
Anjanae Janda back to serve for UTPA. Really had a strong start to the season. Attempted block goes out. Narrowly misses our producer engineer Romeo Villarreal to my left.
For number 9, Anjanae
And our wax stream machine. 12-11 Northern Arizona. Sydney Kemper back to serve. Freitas. Now Sanchez. Little tapper over the block attempt of Durham and Reynolds. Merchant couldn't reach it on the dive. 13-11 Northern Arizona. Reynolds gets blocked by Gosar. And suddenly it's 14-11 Northern Arizona. Merchant, Clark, Reynolds. Point for UTPA, Bronx within 12-14. Machine Merchant back to serve. Short, scrapes the net, makes it over. Vanderplug. Clark sets it up. Merchant on the second hit. Now Sanchez fires. Misses on the back line. 15-12 Northern Arizona, and we are up against a tie. Now, we'll step aside. Bronx down 12-15 in the opening set. You're watching Bronx Volleyball.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself. Being a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Bronx.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Opening set, Bronx down 12-15 to Northern Arizona. And Northern Arizona with the serve. Sanchez gets blocked to the net. 16-12 Lumberjacks. During the break, public address announced to Tony Farina, acknowledging the UTPA women's soccer team, which is here at the match today. They were at Prairie View A&M yesterday. Picked up a 3-1 win to remain undefeated in their first season of existence. They're 4-0-2. Sierra Reynolds skies for it but misses. Lumberjacks open up a 5-point lead. It's their largest in the match at 17-12. And the Bronx will call for timeout. Bronx down 5. You're watching Bronx Volleyball. The ball, the right wing goes for the tie. No, straight to the with 2. Desperate heat. Bronx basketball season tickets now. 65-22-21 on UTPA.com. This commercial is made by Lacker and official sponsor of Texas Pan-American Athletics.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. Change South Texas.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. John Goldberg riding with you. Bronx down 12-17 opening set to Northern Arizona. Mary Cleveland on the attack, gets sent back. Mary Kay Clark sends it backward for Casey Sanchez. She gets blocked again, trying to get it over that blocking of Northern Arizona. Williams, Martin, and there's the block of the Bronx. Reynolds and Cleveland combining. Bronx within 4, 13-17.
And number 6, Macy Munson. Number 5, Mary Kay Clark. And number 11, Casey Sanchez. Serving for the Bronx, number 6, Macy Munson.
Macy Munson back to serve for the Bronx. Put up on the outside for Gosar. Clefo. And that's Lofstedt. Reynolds. Through the block, finds the hole. Bronx within 3, 14-17. Munson, little jump float. Attack from Lofstedt. Merchant. Blocks it. Just snuck out. 18-14 Northern Arizona. Hannah Hill replaces Isabel Gosar. Now Hill ready to serve. Reynolds sent right back down by Bach. Merchant. Freitas. Left side for Lofstedt. Now Merchant. Munson sets it up. Here comes Watson. Is it over the block, but it goes out. Bronx now trail 14-20 here in the opening set. And the Bronx will call for timeout. We'll step aside. Bronx down 6. You're watching Bronx Volleyball.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
As a result, are something larger than yourself. And a better proud to support American.
Back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Bronx now 14-20 opening set. Does it hit off the basketball goal. Have the auxiliary basketball goal up in the ceiling. I think that's the first time that I've ever seen a volleyball hit one of those. Based on how high we've seen some of these balls go the last couple of days, it's actually a little surprising that it doesn't happen more often. Bronx get the point within 15-21. Reynolds and Freitas out. Singleton and Janda in. Singleton to serve for the Bronx. Singleton gets airborne. Attack coming from Vanderplug, a little floater, but the point goes for Northern Arizona.
Now serving from the Lumberjacks, number 6, Jason Martin.
Barton serving for Northern Arizona. Munson, Watson, down the corner. Bronx within 16. Maria Clefolk serving. And down it goes, 17-22.
Serving for the Bronx, number 8, Maria Clefolk.
Clefolk keeps it in, an ace for Maria Clefolk, her third of the year. Bronx within 4, it's 18-22, 3 straight points UTPA. Clefolk goes the attack on the outside, and that's the kill for Sydney Kemper. Arizona 2 points away, it's 18-23.
Serving for the Lumberjacks, number 5, Jacobson.
Jacobson serving for Northern Arizona. Set for Munson, attack for Watson, goes through! 19-23.
Now entering for your Bronx, number 11, Casey Sanchez. Number 5, Mary Kate Clark. For number 6, Macy Munson. And number 2, Alicia Watson. Serving for the Bronx, number 5, Mary Kate Clark.
Vanderplug, Singleton for Clark. Now Janda, blocked. Durham keeps it up. Clark settles it for Janda, off the blockers again. Sanchez to her knees to keep it alive. Clark, Singleton back row attack. Sent forward by Northern Arizona. Durham tried to send it down. Lumberjacks there. Durham stuffed in the net. Bronx keeping it alive. Clark gets it over. Williams. Barton gets it to Vanderplug. Now to Clark. Merchant up in the air. Coming in from the right side. Sanchez goes out.
Point, Lumberjacks.
And it's set point for Northern Arizona. 19-24. Serve it out. Bronx within 4. 20-24.
Now serving for the Bronx, number 9, Anjanae Janda.
Anjanae Janda serving. She's got to win at least 4 in a row. Williams, Barton, Clark, Janda from the back row. Picked up by Barton. Back to Williams. Now the attack from Jacobson goes out. 21-24. Bronx need 3 more at least. Clark. Merchant. Sanchez. Keeps it in! 22-24. Bronx got to win 2 more. Barton tried to tip it over. Sanchez. Uh-oh, another point! Barton went a little too far. 23-24. Timeout. Lumberjacks. We'll be right back. Bronx got to try and win 1 more to keep this set alive. This is Bronx Volleyball. The ball, the right wing, goes for the tie, and he does it again! Nolan straight to the hoop. Does it! With 2. The desperation lead. Basketball season tickets now. Calling 65-22-21 on UTPA.com. This commercial is brought by Furniture and official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletic.
The dreamers and the promise of the future.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Set number 1, Bronx down 23-24. They've won 3 straight points. Need 1 more to keep the set alive. Can't get it though. Bronx dropped the opening set by a final count of 23-25. Well, it was a good effort by the Bronx to get back into the set. Northern Arizona holds on to take a 1-0 lead in the match. Northern Arizona led by Sydney Kemper. She's got 5 kills. 3 for Janae Vanderplug with 4 digs. 2 for Peyton Bach. 1 for Jensen Barton with 9 assists. 1 for Isabel Gosar. As for UTPA, Alicia Watson and De'Ara Reynolds with 3 kills each. Haley Durham with 2. 1 each for Krista Freitas, Casey Sanchez, and Maria Clifo. Mary Kay Clark. 5 digs, 4 assists. Nosheen Merchant, 6 digs, 3 assists. Bronx
Here,
open
we understand how a team is
146. We'll give you all these numbers, but the only ones that matter. 23-25, UTPA falls to Northern Arizona in the opening set. Northern Arizona with a 1-0 match lead. Take a timeout. When we come back, we'll start up the second set. This is Bronx Volleyball.
here. We understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself. Creating a better outcome, better tomorrow. That's what our Renaissance is to support Texas Pan American.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who are passionate to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change sentences.
Goes to the tie. With 2. He goes. Bronx basketball season now by calling 665-2021 or logging on to UTPA.com. This commercial is by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Athletics.
We understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself. Creating a better Renaissance is proud of the University of Texas.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Along with my producer engineer Romeo Villarreal, I'm Jonah Goldberg riding with you as the Bronx dropped the first set 23-25, but getting ready to start the second set. Switch sides of the court. Bronx on the left in the green, the Lumberjacks on the right in navy blue and neon yellow. The chant is UTPA coming from the cheerleaders standing behind the Bronx. Bronx starting off the second set with Kira Hill, Mary Kay Clark, Haley Durham in the front row, De'Ara Reynolds, Krista Freitas, and Nosheen Merchant on the back row. And Hill slams it home. With her family in attendance, or at least her parents in attendance. Hill has had a pretty nice start to her career. Picks up the kill to open set number 2. Williams on the first hit. And slammed down by Bach. That's her third kill. We're tied at 1.
Now serving for the Lumberjacks, number 2, Stacia Williams.
Stacia Williams back to serve. Machine Merchant, a diving attempt, but an ace for Williams. Lumberjacks up 2-1. Williams serving flat-footed, goes straight to Merchant on the back row. Now Clefo gets stuffed to the net. And Northern Arizona up 3-1. Merchant, Clefo, Reynolds, out of the reach of everyone. That's a point for the Bronx. Bronx within 2-3.
Now entering for the Bronx, number 6, Stacey Munson, and number 2, Alicia Watson, and number 3, Kia Hill, and number 5, Mary Kate Clark. Serving for the Bronx,
Clark and Hill take a seat for the Bronx.
Munson.
Watson and Munson in. Munson to serve. Munson gets airborne. Set by Barton, attacked by Gosar. Goes out, and we're tied at 3 here in set number 2. Attack comes down from Vanderplug. Freitas, Reynolds, Williams. Tipped at the net, over by Gosar. Munson, now Watson, winds up and finds the corner. 4-3 Bronx, 3 straight points UTPA. Munson continues to serve. Sent down by Kemper. Bronx can't bring it back, so we're tied at 4.
Now serving for the Lumberjacks, number 11, Sydney Kemper.
No return possible on that Kemper serve. Northern Arizona up 5-4. Watson, Williams. Vanderplug gets blocked to the net by Watson and Clefo, and we're tied at 5.
And number 9, Anjanae Zunda. For number 13, Giara Reynolds. And number 12, Krista Freitas. Serving for the Bronx, number 10, Macy Singleton.
Singleton, Williams. Attack from the left, Vanderplug. Got
Point, Lumberjacks.
6-5, Northern Arizona.
14, adding Lofted for number 5, Lauren Jacobson.
Merchant, Munson, Janda, stopped at the net.
Point, Lumberjacks.
7-5, Northern Arizona. Janae Vanderplug back to serve. Short floater doesn't make it over. Bronx within 1, 6-7. Thrown down by Gosar. Bronx now down 6-8. Anna Hill in to serve. Isabel Gosar to the bench for Northern Arizona. Janda. Set up by Barton. The attack comes down by Lofstedt. And the kill. 9-6, Northern Arizona. And that one is headed for the wall. Bronx now down 6-10. And a timeout for the Bronx. Bronx down 1-0 in the match, 6-10 in set number 2. You're watching Bronx Volleyball.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Ball the right way, goes for the tie. Going straight to the hoop. With 3, with 2, the desperation heat. Get your Bronx back by calling 66221, logging on to UTPA. This commercial is an official sponsor of an American Internet. Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Set number 2, Bronx down 6-10. Lost the first set, 23-25. Off the Bronx timeout, Peyton Bach slams it down. Bronx now down 6-11. Into the net on the serve attempt by Hill. Bronx back on the board at 7-11.
Point, Bronx. Now entering for the Lumberjacks.
Hill out, Gosar in for the Bronx. Kira Hill in, Macy Munson out, Mary Kay Clark in, Alicia Watson out. Clark serving. Bach hitting. Not coming back. Bronx down 7-12.
Serving from the Lumberjacks, number 6, Jensen Martin.
Barton serving. Janda attacking, getting blocked. Clark sets it backwards for Hill. Throws it down. 2 kills for Hill. Bronx with an 8-12.
Number 13, Deanna Reynolds. Number 10, Macy Singleton. Serving for the Bronx, number 9, Anjane Zunda.
Anjane Janda serving. Thrown over by Barton.
Entering for the Lumberjacks, number 5, Lauren Jacobson. Number 14, Addie Lofsted. Entering for the Bronx, number 12, Crystal Freitas. For number 9, Anjane Zunda. Serving number 5, Jacobson.
Jacobson serving. Reynolds. Sent forward by Barton for Vanderploeg. Gets it over the block and down.
Point, Lumberjacks.
Northern Arizona extends its lead to 14-8. The Bronx will use their second time out. We'll step aside. Bronx down 8-14 in the second set, down 1-0 in the match.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself. Creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Our childhood residence is proud to support the University of Texas and American Bronx.
basketball. 6'5", 2021. Collegiate athletics.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. 8-14, Bronx trail in set number 2, down 1-0 in the match. Losing the first set, 25-23. Merchant, Clark, with Reynolds, Jacobson, Barton, Vanderblue, Freitas, Merchant. Here comes Reynolds into the net. Bronx down 8-15. Northern Arizona now up 16-8. Attack coming from Hill. It's blocked, but she sets it back up. Now to Clark. Back row attack from Freitas. Got it. 2 kills for Freitas today. That's actually a season high. The career high is 15, set in 2012 against Stephen F. Austin. But again, the Bronx are looking at Freitas as more of a back row option this year, but started at outside hitter today and has played both front and back so far. Bronx now within 10-16. Vanderplug, blocked, gets it back. Barton sends it over off of Clevehoke. Diving try by Freitas, but she can't keep it up, and Bronx now trail 10-17.
Now serving for the Lumberjacks, number 2, Stacia Williams.
Stacia Williams back to serve for Northern Arizona.
Point, Lumberjacks.
18-10 Northern Arizona. Merchant, Clark, Hill, got it. 11-18.
Now serving for the Bronx, number 3, Keegan Hill.
Hill gets airborne and hits the toe of the line judge as it stays in. You can't hit the corner any more fine than that. 12-18, Bronx within 6. Remember, they trailed by as many as 7 in the first set before coming back to get within 1 at the end.
Serving for the Lumberjacks, number 11.
Down 7 here, it's 12-19. Sydney Kemper serving. It was a Kemper kill that ended the first set. Reynolds got it.
Point, Bronx. Now entering for the Bronx, number 10, Mason Singleton, number 13.
5 kills for Reynolds today.
9, and today Junda enters number 12, Krista Freitas. Serving for the Bronx, number 10, Singleton.
Macy Singleton back to serve. Northern Arizona is able to push it over. Janda. Jacobson. Barton, Jensen. Or Jensen Barton, I should say. Singleton hits it out. Bronx down 13-20. Vanderplug on the attack. Janda stuffed to the net. Merchant gets it up. Clark. Williams stumbles for it. And it's Lofstead on the attack into the net. Bronx get one back. It's 14-20. Maria Kleefolk serving for the Bronx. Williams steps up to get it. Lofstead tried to tip it over, sent back by Clark, and now using the left hand to send it down is Jensen Barton. Barton has some serious air underneath her sneakers. Anna Hill serving. It's off of Kira Hill. Sent back over by the Bronx. Lofstead with the kill. Northern Arizona up 22-14. Bronx get one back, 15-22. Mary Kate Clark back to serve. Oh, a triple block. Janda, Durham, Hill. Bronx within 6. Attack by Vanderplug. Durham fires back. 17-22. Clark getting ready to serve. Vanderplug from the middle. Sends it left. Clark for Hill. Stuffed. Merchant. Durham, stopped by Williams, and down it goes. 18-22, and a timeout for Northern Arizona. Bronx have pulled within 4. This is Bronx Volleyball.
The ball, the right wing, goes for the tie, and he does it again! Nolan straight to the hoop. With 3, with 2, he goes!
Bronx basketball season tickets now by calling 665-2221 or logging on to UTPA.com. This commercial is brought to you by Max Furniture and a official sponsor of the University of Texas American Intercollegiate Athletic.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers and the passion serve. They are visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change sentences.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Bronx have pulled to within 18-22. They trailed by as many as 8 in this set. Now within 4. Lofstead, Merchant, Clark, Durham blocked. 18-23. Lumberjacks are 2 points away from taking a commanding 2-0 lead in this match.
Now serving for the Lumberjacks, number 6, Jensen Barton.
Going for Kira Hill on the outside. Vanderploeg sends it forward. Now on the left, that's Lofstad. Drops it in, and it's set point for the Lumberjacks. 18-24. Bronx have to win at least the next 6 to keep this set going. And they'll start on the serve of Jensen Barton. Clark. Hill down the middle for the kill. Bronx within 5, 19-24.
Serving for the Bronx, number 9, Anjanae Zanga.
Bach finishes it. 19-25, the Bronx drop set number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at intermission.
And now the Bronx trail the match 2-0. Let's take a look at some of the numbers through 2 sets. Starting with visiting Northern Arizona, Sydney Kemper. 7 kills to lead the way, 6 for Peyton Bach, 5 for Janae Vanderploeg, 4 for Jensen Barton with 21 assists and a pair of digs to boot, 3 for Addie Lofstead, 2 for Isabel Gosar, 7 digs for Lauren Jacobson, 6 each for Vanderploeg and Stacia Williams. UTPA led by Nasheen Merchant, who has 9 digs. In the kills department, it's De'Ara Reynolds with 5, 4 each for Kira Hill, Alicia Watson, and Haley Durham, 2 for Krista Freitas, 1 for Casey Sanchez, 1 for Maria Clifo, 12 assists for Mary Kate Clark. The Bronx are hitting 103, Northern Arizona's hitting 239. Give you the numbers, the ones that matter. 25-23, 25-19, Northern Arizona leads this match 2-0. We'll step aside. We'll be back in just under 9 minutes with the call of the 3rd set. You're watching Bronx Volleyball.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Ball right wing goes for the tie.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Set number 3. Bronx down 2-0 to Northern Arizona in the final match of the UTPA tournament. Bronx dropped the first set 23-25. The second set 19-25. Both sets saw Northern Arizona take pretty decent leads late. The Bronx trying to come back. Bronx got close, got within 23-24 in the first set. Second set was a little too much of a hill for the Bronx to climb. And now they've got to win 3 straight sets, but they can't look at it that way, otherwise it becomes a much harder task. The way to look at it is, you got to win this set. And then when the next set comes around, you got to win that one. And then anything can happen in a 5th set. The other way to look at it is Northern Arizona's won 2 in a row. Why can't the Bronx? And then, like I said, anything can happen in the sprint to 15 at number 5, but you got to get there first. And Northern Arizona's got a 1-0 lead here in set number 3. Bronx out there with Mary Kate Clark, Maria Kleefolk, Deara Reynolds in the front row, Nausheen Merchant, Krista Freitas, Alicia Watson in the back row. Clark, Freitas, Jacobson. Sent down off of Freitas. 2-0 Lumberjacks. Stacia Williams serving. Clark sets it up. Reynolds off the block, gets it back. Clark, now Freitas back row attack, goes to Williams. Set up by Barton. And sent down as the Lumberjacks go up 3-0. Janae Janda running to the scorer's table to check in. Deara Reynolds takes a seat. Williams serves. Watson, Clark, Kleefolk. Down it goes. Bronx on the board. 1-3. Clark serving. Whistle, point Northern Arizona. 4-1 Northern Arizona. Sydney Kemper takes over the serve. Kemper 9 kills today. Kleefolk, down it goes. It's 2-4. Kira Hill in, Krista Freitas out, and Janae Janda ready to serve. It's over the block and down in front of Clark. It's 2-5.
Now entering for the Lumberjacks, number 14, Abby Lofstead. For number 5, Lauren Jacobson. Number 10, Macy Singleton enters for number 9, and Janae Zunda. Serving number 13, Janae Rutherford.
Hill, Clark, as Watson gets stuffed. Singleton, Clark, Hill gets it over. Sliding stop by Lofstead, and it hits, Stacia Williams goes into the scores table to keep it up. Ends up closing one of our laptops on the table. Not mine, don't worry. And a big smile on the face of our marketing coordinator, Sarah Hernandez, as she learns the #1 rule of sitting courtside. Always protect the laptop. Your personal safety is secondary to the equipment. Bronx down 3-6. Now they're down 3-7. After that ace by Hill. And a Hill to serve once again for Northern Arizona. Singleton sends it forward and out. 3-8 and a timeout for the Bronx. We'll step aside. Bronx down 2-0 in the match.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Renaissance for the University of Texas.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future, the hope will lead us to tomorrow. Who let the past serve. They are the visionaries. Celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Bronx down 3-8 in set number 3, 2-0 in the match, but Haley Durham wants none of that. Slams it down, gets the Bronx within 4. Casey Sanchez and Macy Munson in. Mary Kate Clark, Alicia Watson to the bench area.
Entering for the Lumberjacks, number 10, Isabella Rosa. Serving for the Bronx, Munson.
Munson lets it go. Ace! Bronx within 3, it's 5-8. Bach. 9-5 Northern Arizona.
Serving for the Lumberjacks, number 6,
Merchant. Janda. It's an over the block. Blocked by Durham and Sanchez. Bronx within 3 again, 6-9. Anjanae Janda in, Macy Singleton out, Kira Hill to serve.
Serving for your Bronx, number 3, Kira Hill.
Hill lets it go. Williams on the first hit. Barton and over to Bach, off Merchant and out.
Point, Lumberjacks. Now entering for the Lumberjacks, number
Bronx
5,
down 6-10.
number 14, Addie Lofton. Entering for your Bronx, number 12, Krista Frigas, for number 3, Kira Hill.
Jacobson, Freitas, heading to the other side of the net and out. Munson tried to go under the net to try and save it and bring it back. Couldn't get there. Bronx down 6-11. Down the line and out. Bronx within 7-11.
Serving number 7, Alsheen Merchant.
Attack coming in from Vanderploeg. Janda over the block. Jacobson to her knees to keep it up. Vanderploeg can't handle it. Bronx within 8-11. Merchant serving. And out it goes. Well, tipped on the way out. 8-12. Bronx down 4. Blocked. Bronx down 8-13. Munson up for Sanchez. Sends it down the middle. Williams. Vanderplug. Merchant. Munson. Sanchez pushes it forward. It's off of Williams. And out. Bronx within 4. It's 9-3. Northern Arizona up 14-9. Off the net. Bronx within 4. It's 10-14. Janda serving. Barton for Gosar. Watson throws it home. Oh, it's kept alive. Pancaked by Williams. Somebody's got to hit it over. Kira Hill takes over. Gosar with the rainbow. Merchant. Clark. Cleefolk. Picked up by Jacobson. On the side for Vanderplug. Janda down to one knee. Clark for Cleefolk. Got it! 11-14. Macy Singleton in, Anjanae Janda out.
Serving for the Bronx, number 10, Macy Singleton.
Blocked by Hill and Cleefolk. Bronx within 2. It's 12-14, and Macy Singleton serving. Jacobson, Barton, and Vanderplug down the line, keeps it in. 15-12 Lumberjacks.
Entering for the Lumberjacks, number 14, Eddie Wellstead, number 5, Lauren Jacobson.
Merchant, Clark, Cleefolk. Whoa! Well, they calling it out, but there are about 367 umpires or referees in the stands, line judges in the stands, I guess in this case, who disagree. Hill, blocked. Clark, Cleefolk. Hill stays up. Vanderplug, Clark, and falls in. 12-17. A timeout for the Bronx. Down 5 in the third set, down 2 in the match. You're watching Bronx Volleyball.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself. Creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Our top Renaissance proud to support university actors and Americans.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Bronx down 12-17 in set number 3, down 2-0 in the match. Northern Arizona now up 18-12, trying to complete an undefeated run through the UTPA tournament. They beat Texas A&M Corpus Christi and Lamar yesterday. The only team in the tournament they don't play is Texas Tech, which has already completed a 3-0 run. With a win, Northern Arizona would be co-champions of the tournament along with Tech. Bronx back on the board, 13-18. Clee Folk serving into the net. Bronx down 6.
Now entering for the Lumberjacks, number 1, Peyton Bonk, number 2, Stacia Williams. Number 9, Hannah Hill enters number 10, Isabel Gozar, serving number 9, Hill.
Clark sets up Hill into the net. Lumberjacks up 20-13. They're 5 points away from ending this match. Hannah Hill serving. Singleton with Clark for Hill. Attack coming from Lofstead. Merchant on the second hit. Watson coming forward. Sent back. Durham. Clark. Durham. Point UTPA. Bronx within 14-20.
Number 6, Macy Munson enters number 2, Alicia Watson. Entering for the Lumberjacks, number 10, Isabel Gozar for number 9, Hannah Hill. Serving for your Bronx, number 6, Macy Munson.
Durham sends it down. Bronx within 5, it's 15-20. Into the net. Jensen Barton back to serve for Northern Arizona. Hill on the first hit sends it straight over. Munson, Merchant, Singleton with the back row attack. And out it goes. Bronx down 15-22. Merchant from Munson. Sanchez. Live by Northern Arizona, and they slam it home. 23-15 Northern Arizona. Bronx back on the board at 16-23.
Now entering for the Bronx, number 9, Anjanae Janda. For number 10, Macy Singleton. Serving for the Bronx, number 3, Kira Hill.
Hill serving. Sent down by Bach, and it's match point for Northern Arizona.
Game point, Lumberjacks. Now entering for the Lumberjacks, number 5, Lauren Jacobson. Number 14, Addie Hofstad.
Jacobson, Merchant, Munson, Durham slams it down. Bronx within 24-17, got to win at least 7 more in a row. And it's up to Nausheen Merchant. Vanderploeg, Freitas, Munson, Janda. And they say it goes out. That looked pretty close, but it ends, and the Bronx fall 17-25. They get swept in the match 3-0 by Northern Arizona. Well, the Bronx fall 25-23, 25-19, 25-17 to Northern Arizona. We'll take a look at some of the final numbers. Northern Arizona led by Peyton Bach, who had 10 kills on 500 hitting, and Sydney Kemper, who had 10 kills on 529 hitting. 6 kills for Janae Vanderplug. 5 kills, 33 assists for Jensen Barton. 5 kills for Isabel Gosar. 5 kills for Addie Lofsted. 11 digs for Lauren Jacobson. 3 aces for Hannah Hill. UTPA led by Haley Durham, who had 9 kills on 429 hitting. 5 kills for De'Ara Reynolds, 5 for Kira Hill, 4 for Maria Cleafolk, 4 for Alicia Watson, 2 each for Casey Sanchez and Krista Freitas. Mary Kay Clark, 17 assists, 6 digs. Nasheen Merchant, 12 digs, 4 assists. Bronx now at 1-6 on the season. Northern Arizona 6-0. They and Texas Tech are the co-champions of the UTPA tournament. Bronx are back in action on Friday at 7 p.m. when they face off against Louisiana Tech at the start of the Louisiana Tech Invitational. 7 p.m. start. We'll have links to the broadcast and live stats up on UTPABronx.com. That'll do it for us from the UTPA Fieldhouse. I'd like to thank everybody out there for tuning in to the presentation of Bronx Volleyball. For more information, you can log on to UTPABronx.com. If you ever want to reach us, send an email. Our contact info is on the website under Inside Athletics. Click on Staff Directory. But for now, for my producer engineer, Romeo Villarreal, and the entire camera crew, Jack Fowler, wherever you are, this is Jonah Goldberg saying good day from the UTPA Fieldhouse. Bronx fall, 3-0.